In Paris, you're spoiled for choice. There are hundreds of good restaurants, some with Michelin stars, others without, but all serving that classic, typically French meal you come to Paris for. That's exactly what this channel is about. And then you have the beautiful restaurants. Those stunning Parisian dining rooms that feel like stepping straight into history. I've already shown you a few of them here on Paris Top Tips. Le Café du Commerce, Le Train Bleu, Bouillon Julien, Le Procope. But when you manage to get good food inside a beautiful restaurant, the experience becomes something else entirely, a true Parisian moment. Today, I'm taking you to Le Grand Colbert, one of the most iconic, breathtaking restaurants in the city. The question is, will the food be as much of a feast for the mouth as the place is a feast for the eyes? Let's find out. Located in the beautiful 2nd arrondissement, Le Grand Colbert sits just steps from the Palais Royal Gardens and the iconic Galerie Vivienne. Originally a fabric and clothing store called Au Grand Colbert, the address became in 1900 a restaurant known as one of the cheapest bouillons in the city. After years of closure, it was transformed in 1985 into the iconic Parisian brasserie we know today, a place where Art Nouveau elegance blends with the grandeur of the ancient world. I haven't returned since launching Paris Top Tips 3 years ago. I adored the place 10 or 20 years ago, but over time, the food had slipped. Still, I wanted to see if things had changed, because if the cooking now lives up to the setting, Le Grand Colbert could easily reclaim its spot as a Paris essential. What also convinced me to go back yesterday is that even as a brasserie, they've introduced a surprisingly affordable bistro lunch menu. And here I am, waiting to be seated and ready to see how this goes. A spotless tablecloth, beautiful glassware, Le Grand Colbert certainly knows how to welcome its guests. Freshly made chips, seasoned black olives, this is starting off really well. Let's check the menu. There are 2 of them here, the dinner menu and this one dedicated to lunch. For a second, I forgot who my audience is. I asked for an English menu, and here it comes. First, a little bit of history. And then, as with any true Parisian brasserie, Le Grand Colbert opens its menu with seafood. From starters to mains to desserts, everything here is classic Parisian brasserie cooking. And of course, sauerkraut, because without it, can you even call yourself a brasserie? For dessert, you'll find all the great French classics. But the thing I really want to try is their lunch bistro menu, a rather funny name for a brasserie menu. They also have a dinner menu, but it's more on the pricey side. The wine list is very extensive, and they offer a nice selection of wines by the glass. I asked for some butter with my bread, and they brought me both salted and unsalted. Nice touch. In fact, during my whole visit, the service was truly top-notch. Warm, smiling, and very efficient. And here's my starter, egg mayonnaise. A true bistro classic, and beautifully presented here. The mayonnaise was fresh, but honestly, nothing exceptional. To tell the truth, it tasted quite bland. I think it would have needed a touch of spice, a bit more character. For the main dish, they brought out horseradish and mustard. So, have you guessed my order? Yes, sauerkraut, but the lunch bistro version, with just braised pork knuckle. I love a good sauerkraut. The name is German, of course, but the dish itself is a true French classic, deeply rooted in Alsatian cuisine. As you can see, the pork knuckle is perfectly cooked. The meat falls off the bone with ease. A bit of mustard, a bit of horseradish. I'm ready to enjoy that sauerkraut. What a disappointment. The meat is bland once again, but the biggest issue is the cabbage, far too acidic and packed with an absurd amount of juniper berries. It's something that almost never happens to me, but I just couldn't finish my meal. And sadly, it kept me from ordering cheese or dessert. The impression just wasn't good enough to try anything else, even though those babas did look tempting. To check whether it was only my dish, I asked my neighbors for their opinion. The woman said she wasn't happy at all with her bœuf bourguignon, and their shared dessert, a pear and apple crumble, wasn't very impressive either. So I asked for the bill, which was €36.50. A fair price if the meal is good, but a bit steep given how disappointed I was. So, if my global score of 14 seems okay at a first glance, it's only because the decor gets an 18 and the service a 17, both of which outweigh the 7 for the food and the 9 for value for money. But clearly, this is not a place I would recommend to you. If you want a really good brasserie meal nearby, just walk up the street to Brasserie Vaudeville on Place de la Bourse.